Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Podcast special preview series for the 2019 college basketball season. Next up is the Atlantic Sun Conference. I'm going to go through my projected order of finish in the conference and predict who will win the awards at the end of the year and say who's going to get the auto bid. All right. In first place, I have the Liberty Flames. They were co-winners of this conference a year ago with Lipscomb. They were 29-7, 14-2 in the conference. Caleb Holmesley is back. Scotty James is back. Those are two really good players on their team. In second place, I have the North Florida Ospreys, who went 9-7 a year ago, 16-7 overall. Matthew Driscoll in year 11. So I'm interested to see how they bounce back. They have some talent coming back in Ivan Gandia-Rosa, Wajid Aminu, and Garrett Sams. Third place, I have the Lipscomb Bisons. Lenny Acuff is in year 1 as their former coach left to go coach Belmont. 29-8 last year, 14-2 in the conference. Ashan Azadullah returning, as well as Michael Backlund. In fourth place, I have the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. Michael Fly in year 2. Jalen Harper is a freshman to watch. This team is going to obviously be taking a step back from the last few years. So we'll see how they do this season. Number 5, I have the NJIT Highlanders. Brian Kennedy in year 4. Zach Cook's coming back. Should be an interesting team. They were a good team in this conference the last few years. This past year, 22-13, 8-8 overall. Meaning last year. They were in the CIT last year as well. In sixth place, I have the North Alabama Lions, who aren't postseason eligible yet due to still transferring as a new team coming from Division II. Tony Pujol is in year 2. Last year, 10-22 overall, 7-9 in ASUN play. Coming back, they have Jamari Blackman. In seventh place, I have Kennesaw State. They have a new coach, Amir Abdur Rahman. Al Skinner resigned. Last year, they were bad. They went 6-26, 3-13. In ASUN play, they have Tyler Hooker coming back. In eighth place, I have the Stetson Hatters. Donnie Jones in year 1. Corey Williams was fired after last season, who actually did a fine job, or not, I should say. 58-133. I didn't realize how poor his record was there. Oof. Nobody really of note coming back from last year. We'll see how Jones does in year 1 on the job. And in ninth place, I have the Jacksonville Dolphins. Tony Jacek in year 6. It's hard to believe they're in year 6 there already. Last year, 12-20, 5-11 in conference play. Okay. Player of the year, I have Scotty James of Liberty, who is a very solid player and really should be putting up some 3 balls this year and will contend for the player of the year. I obviously have him winning it with his teammate, Caleb Holmesley. That's what I meant in terms of contention. I think those two guys will contend together for the award. The freshman of the year of Jalen Harper from Florida Gulf Coast, taking a long shot there. The coach of the year of Richie McKay of Liberty. I have Liberty getting the auto bid. North Florida, and I might put Lipscomb in the NIT as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see Lipscomb there. Florida Gulf Coast I could see in the CIT, and an NJIT I could see in the CBI. In terms of teams potentially making a coaching change, I think that Jacksonville could very well make a coaching change after the season. and I think that is the most likely one, barring some more underachievings and retirements and whatnot. So then that's it for the Atlantic Sun. All right, next up is the Atlantic 10 preview.